Hey Frozen community! Today we're going to unbox and operate the Chroma Kit developed by Frozen, specifically for the ARCO. Now let's get started. After unboxing the package, you'll find the machine, a tool bag, and the reusable spool inside. This time, we've also included a purge conveyor belt, which allows you to easily collect purge generated during the printing process without manual cleaning. Let's open the tool bag. Inside, you'll find these tools. With them, we can successfully set up the machine and ensure smooth printing later on. Additionally, we've provided the necessary printable files for installation on the PIXUP website. These include a Chroma Kit spool cover, left and right Chroma Kit support bracket, and a multicolor test model. You can download and use them via the link in the video description below. After downloading and extracting the files, you'll see that we've provided not only the G-code files, but also the corresponding STL files. This allows you to adjust parameters such as infill density, wall loops, and choose your preferred filament in your slicer software. Once you've downloaded the G-code files and imported them to a USB drive, you're ready to start printing these parts. Before we begin, let's prepare a 1 kg roll of filament. Next, plug in the ARCO power cord and turn on the switch. Take out the filament and place it on the filament spool bracket. A quick reminder, when placing the filament, make sure it rolls forward in a counterclockwise direction. Insert the filament into the PTFE tube and gently push it in until it slightly touches the extruder. Next, tap Tools on the touchscreen, then select Extruder. Set the nozzle temperature to 220 degrees. Once the nozzle has heated up, tap Extrude about 4 to 5 times to confirm that the new filament is being extruded properly. If the new filament doesn't extrude smoothly, you can gently push the filament on the filament spool bracket until it starts extruding correctly. Finally, set the nozzle temperature back to 0 degree. Remove any leftover filament and the filament installation is complete. Now, let's begin printing the parts needed for installation, the spool cover, and the left and right support brackets. Insert the USB drive into the machine. On the touchscreen, tap the print icon on the left side, then select USB, choose the spool cover PLA file, and tap Print. The machine will begin printing after completing its calibration. Once printing is finished, let the PEI print bed cool down for about 20 minutes. Then lift the PEI bed upward with one hand to remove the spool cover. Repeat the same steps to print the right support bracket and the left support bracket. After all 3 parts are printed, remove the support structures from the parts, and you're done. Next, before we begin installing the Chroma Kit, we need to remove some components from the ARCO machine. First, press down the cutter on the side of the ARCO extruder to cut off the front section of the filament. Then roll up the remaining filament in a clockwise direction and remove it from the filament spool bracket. Next, use a 3mm hex wrench. Loosen the screws on the filament spool bracket and remove it. After that, remove the retaining clip on the extruder. Press down the PTFE clamp and pull out the PTFE tube. Once the PTFE tube is removed, take off the PTFE clamp. Then, locate the tube guide on the top of the machine. Press down the PTFE clamp and remove the PTFE tubes on both sides of the tube guide. Next, remove the top cover of the tube guide and the tube guide itself. Then use a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the tube guide seat. Now we're ready to install the Chroma Kit. Start by taking out the spool cover, then take out the metal shafts. Using a rubber mallet, insert 2 of the metal shafts into one end of the spool cover's holes. Once that's done, insert another 2 rods from the opposite end. Repeat the same steps to install the remaining 4 metal shafts into the other side of the cover. After installation, make sure that the metal shafts on both sides are level and snugly aligned with the grooves. Next, take out the Chroma Kit, unlock the latch, and open the top cover. Using a 2.5mm hex wrench and 2 M3x6 screws, secure the spool cover to the top cover of the Chroma Kit. And that's it. The bracket is installed. Next, take out the 4-way cable organizer and insert the PTFE tubes into the filament outlet at the back of the Chroma Kit. Just a quick reminder, there's no specific order for installing the PTFE tubes. Just make sure they don't cross or tangle so that filament feeding remains smooth. After inserting the tubes, gently pull on each one to ensure they're securely connected. Then snap on the retaining clips in place. Once that's done, take out the support brackets. Based on the L and R markings, install the brackets on the left and right sides of the ARCO's top beam, aligning them with the front vertical columns of the ARCO. Then, place the chroma kit onto the support brackets. Next, arrange the PTFE tubes into a curved path and insert the 4-way cable organizer into the extruder's top inlet. When inserting, make sure the arrow marking is facing forward. Then, use a 2mm hex wrench and 2 M 3x16 screws to secure the 4-way cable organizer to the extruder. Next, take out the chroma kit data cord. Plug the Type B connector into the data port on the back of the chroma kit, and plug the USB end into the port next to the power port on the back of the ARCO. Now, take out the purge conveyor belt and install it at the rear purge outlet of the ARCO. Make sure the belt is aligned with the outlet and that the groove matches the 2 screws on the back of the ARCO. After installation, plug the power cord of the purge conveyor belt into the rear port of the chroma kit. Finally, plug in the chroma kit's power cord and turn on the switch. Once you see the connection icon appear on the chroma kit's screen interface, it means the chroma kit has successfully connected to the ARCO and we're ready to begin test printing. Before we begin, this time we've included a reusable spool, allowing you to use filament refill packs for printing. Let's start by showing you how to install the filament. Take out the reusable spool and rotate it counterclockwise to open it. You'll see that the spool consists of 2 parts, a wide piece and a narrow piece. Next, take out the Frozen PLA Tough Refill Pack. After removing the outer packaging, locate the slot on the paper spool. Align the slot on the filament with the protruding clip on the narrow piece, press it in, and secure it. Then, cover it with the wide piece and rotate it clockwise to tighten. You can gently pull the spool outward to confirm that the spool is securely assembled, and the filament won't come loose. Finally, remove the plastic protective band from the filament, and the installation is complete. Place the installed filament into the chroma kit's filament chamber. Close the top cover and push the latch inward to lock the lid. Before printing, we'll use the chroma kit to dry the filament, ensuring smooth printing later on. Press Set to enter the settings screen. Based on the filament type, select the corresponding drying mode, then press Set again. The chroma kit will begin the drying process. Once drying is complete, open the top cover and push the loading lever forward to insert the filament into the loading channel. The chroma kit will light up with a green indicator and automatically pull the filament into the machine. After confirming that the filament has been successfully loaded, close the top cover of the chroma kit and you're ready to start printing. On the ARCO touchscreen, tap the print icon on the left side, then select USB, choose the test model file, and tap Next. Here, double-check that the filament has been properly installed, then tap Print to begin. The machine will begin printing after completing automatic calibration. Once printing is finished, let the PEI bed cool for about 20 minutes. Lift the PEI plate upward and remove the model, and that completes the test print. That's it for the chroma kit unboxing and setup. Hope you find this video helpful. Be sure to let us know if you have any questions in the comment section. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification for more exciting news from Phrozen. I'll see you next time. Bye.